like it wants to be this way instead of the other way when I want it to be the other way. La 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 la. Hello. Hello, person. Hi. I'm just trying to figure this out. Pushing all kinds of buttons, trying to figure things out. Hello. Hello, everyone. Trying to make this weird little screen go away. Hey. Hello. Hey. Wow, I didn't even know people would be here. I wanted to go live at exactly 7 o'clock, but we had a lot of things happen. Thank you. Hello, how's everyone? Hello. Hi, Tammy. Oh my gosh. Tammy? Like Tammy? Tammy, if it's Tammy that I'm thinking about from Charmed Candle Co. Is that you? Or is it a different Tammy? Yeah, that's what I thought. I think about you all the time. Hi. Hello. I'm just chilling right now. I wanted to do some meditation with you guys, but it is so loud in my house. I don't think that's possible right now, which is a bummer. I'm gonna have to start doing it in the morning. I think I'm gonna do like live meditation in the morning. I'm like crying my mascara. No. Because then I'll be able to go out in the world and do some meditation. Because my house is just too loud. My house is just too loud for meditation. It's terrible, but I think it would be really fun to do it here. If I could do it, Hello, New York City. It'd be really fun to do live meditation here, but my house is so noisy, like I said. How's everybody doing? What's going on? So I really wanted to do like an end of July sort of like tarot pull. Oh, you can always just reach out to me. I'm always here. Thank you. Thanks. I cut it because I cut everything. Oh, good. Yeah, I want to do some in the wild. I want to do some in the wild, beautiful world. I even thought about taking my phone and just going out into the forest right now. Um, but I don't know how the connection would be. I don't know if the connection would work out really well because if I've gone live in the forest before and it's been really difficult. Yeah, I am telling you, I love slime. It's so great. It helps me to calm down. It helps me to like get to a nice chill space. There we go. I'm just trying to figure out how to push that button off. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite things. So I'm gonna pull some tarot cards for us, and I'm just gonna like chat and talk. And if you have any questions or anything, if anyone wants to ask any questions, please do. And at a certain point, I'll probably just like hunker down and get into a meditative mode anyway, even though there's like noises and distractions. That one piece of hair, stick it up. Even though there's noises and distractions, because like honestly, this is how life is all the time anyway, and we usually have to meditate with noises and distractions and children coming in. So, it's always good. It's always good to do things real time. Can you open this? I think you can, bud.
It's too hard.
It's not too hard. Here, take the box. Take the. There you go. Take off this. Take off the straw. Okay, open the straw. Okay, no, poke it. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, push. Oh boy, it is hard. Almost.
Help me.
Okay, all right, I'll help you. See? Ta-da! I'm gonna work on your muscles. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It's always people, always noises, always animals. So you might as well just do it. Excuse me. So, Sorry, I haven't had videos out as much as possible, and I think I'm gonna be doing a lot more lives than having videos out, honestly, because being live is a lot easier. Number one, number two, it's when the magic happens when you're live, and number three, I just editing is just a lot, and I've been doing so much shadow work lately, and honestly, the kind of shadow work that I'm doing is so hard that it definitely doesn't leave much room for it doesn't leave as much room for editing. For I can film all day, I can be live all day, I can stream all day, but when it comes to editing, sitting down and editing, that takes so much time and energy that a lot of time I don't have like the chutzpah to do it. Get a little close, especially while I'm doing shadow work. And the thing that I do the most is I'm really going through each aspect of my being and who I am, and kind of like getting into those little weird spaces of my brain that tell me that I can't do things, or that I'm too this or that, or that what I am or who I am is not enough, which is really hard. And I know we all go through things like that. You all go through feelings of inadequacy and feeling really sad. And for me, it's definitely really difficult. It's been really difficult for the past couple of weeks, because it's just been, yes, I always do everything for all the holidays. I do it a little bit late, or I'll do it like in private. But there's so much swirling around, and because of the amount of shadow work that I'm doing, I haven't been doing much but working on myself. Just working on myself and trying really hard to combat all those negative thoughts and negative processes that I have, that I didn't realize I had, that I didn't realize I still had. I really thought that I was done with that. I thought that I was like, I thought I had surpassed any kind of negative self talk. I thought that I had surpassed any kind of like discouragement and stuff like that I gave to myself, and it's not true. I still do. I'm still very hard on myself, and um, I'm still very. I get discouraged. I get discouraged, and I lose some of my drive and my passion. And it happens a lot of time when I come into contact with other people, or if I don't come into contact with other people. If I spend too much time inside alone in my own head, I just forget. So, and nothing's ever too personal for me, family. You can ask me anything. I'm telling you right now, I'm not at all one of this. I want to give as much, of myself as I can, so that people never feel alone. So, shadow work. I started doing it a couple of years ago because I was working through some sexual abuse trauma, and trigger warning for that. Trigger warning for this live, because I talk about everything. So trigger warning if you don't want to hear about anything that's too personal, or anything that has to do with sexual abuse or depression or shadow work in general. But I was working through some of that trauma, and recognizing that I had to really claim myself and feel like myself, and that was like the start of it. And so I'm doing really well with that part of the shadow work. Like, I'm doing great with that. I feel great. I feel great about myself physically and emotionally. The shadow work that I've been doing lately has a lot to do with self worth, and it has a ton to do with how I view myself. Um, from the lens of other people, and not from strangers, but from people that I trust and love, like my closest friends and my family. And so that's been like a really big issue for me, for sure. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm a talker, and I don't have there are no subjects that are taboo with me. I like talking. So yeah, it's just for the past couple of months I've been working through relationship changes in my life. I had a really the closest person to me ever in my life, aside from my mother. we are no longer friends, and so it's really really hard for me. I've been taking it really really hard. I've been taking it so hard. That's definitely the shadow work that I've been working on the most, is because I went through a lot of different like thought processes of, oh my gosh, am I worthy of friendship? Am I worthy of having friends? Because like friends for me are very familial. Friends are family to me, because my family life has always been really not cute. It hasn't been perfect, and no one's family life is perfect. I know that, but it's been really hard. It's been really hard for me to feel loved and valued as a person in friendships, and that's something that's really important to me because, like I said, I'm not close with my family. So when I find people that I love and that I feel love me, I they become part of my life. And for a lot of people, that is not something that they desire. Um, and I understand that. I understand it. Some people don't want that kind of thing, you know. It's a lot of people don't want that kind of closeness and connection. Um, and that's something that. Did you want me? Did you need me? Or did you just want to bounce? Okay. A lot of people prefer acquaintances. A lot of people prefer to be. I've been crying today. If you can't tell by my eyeballs, I've been crying a lot today. But I think there's also a weird filter on. Yeah, I don't know why there's even filter options, but um, yeah, it's some people don't like close companionship or really close friendships because um, they're just not in a place to receive that, you know? They just don't want that. Some people don't want closeness. Some people prefer to keep themselves reserved and to keep things to themselves. Some people prefer privacy and they don't like having any close relationships, and I get that. Um, for me, on the other hand, I really enjoy closeness. I like when people are so close to me that we feel like family, that we feel like sisters or brother and sister. We feel like siblings. I like that. That's what I crave. Um, and I've recently had that kind of relationship taken from me from more than one person, you know? So I feel feeling lonely, I'm feeling sad. So that's what shadow work I'm doing. I'm doing work to combat the feelings that came from that. I'm doing the work that combats the feeling of um, being unworthy of friendship and unworthy of love. And it's really hard. Shadow work. It's so hard. There, I'm doing like shadow work jutsu. For my Naruto fans, I'm like literally. I've been doing so much work through it, and I definitely feel a lot better. I definitely feel a lot more like, yeah, no, duh. Of course I'm worthy of love. Of course I'm worthy of friendship. Like, of course I am. I know that. But, like, hearing those words and feeling that is very different, you know? Email me. Yeah. So, yeah, it's shadow mudras. That's exactly what I'm doing. So, yeah, it's one of those things that I've been working on a lot lately. And the shadow work that is involved with that is therapy, going to lots of therapy. Um, Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah, I know. I mentioned it so many times. It's so hard. It's so sorry. It's so hard, Susan. It's the hardest thing, and I'm trying to just like get over it and move through it. But I think that this is a thing that people don't really talk about that often because it's when I started talking about it on Instagram, people were like, "Yeah, I've gone through this too. I've gone through really terrible friendship breakups," and people act like you're supposed to just get over it. Like you're supposed to just be like, "Oh, okay, they're not my friend anymore. No big deal. I'll find a new friend." Whoops, sorry guys. As if it's something very easy to do. You can just find another bosom buddy, you know, that you've had for 15 years to just go find a new one. It's not, you know, it's hard. Building up relationships is really hard. Especially like a long 15-year relationship, it's really hard to just like let that go and be okay, you know? So, yeah, yeah. I know you're tired too. I know. It is tiring. It is very tiring. Um, But here's the thing, and it's hard because we get like representations, or we get like demonstrations of people not accepting us for who we are, or not treating us the way we want to be treated, and we take that in and we take it personally, and that's something that we can't do, right? And that's what I'm trying to like put inside myself. Yeah, 15 years is a long time. 15 years is a long time to build up a friendship, and it's going to take a long time to get over it. um, Especially when like being someone like me who is just very different than people are, and I accept that. I understand that, and I'm fine with it. I have a very different personality type. I'm very silly. I like to laugh a lot. I like doing silly things. Hello, Florida Girl 77. I like doing a lot of fun things. I like magic. I like witchcraft. I like anime. I like lots of weird things, like the occult. And a lot of those things are like weird to people. And so finding friends that are totally here for all of that is hard. Um, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be different, and to recognize how hard it is to find someone who likes all the weird parts about you. But the shadow work in this is knowing that you're dope just the way you are. That's hard. Yeah. It is really hard, and finding really good friends like this is really hard. And I do have a really nice group of friends that I just made recently, like the past year or two. I've made some really really great friends, and they're pretty close to me. They live in Maryland, so it's only like they're only 2 hours away from me no matter what. But still, having friends that are hours away from me was hard, because I'm one of those people that wants to roll out of bed and like walk down the street to my best friend's house, and then we go to the cafe together. That's what my brain thinks I should have. And I will have that. I will have it. It's going to take a long time. um, but I did want to pull for this. I wanted to pull for us. I'm going to pull for the end of July. July was a really up and down month for me, and this summer has been up and down already. This year has been up and down, and I'm really tired of it. I'm ready for the ups. Am I right? Are we all ready for the ups? I'm ready for the ups. So let's pull some cards and see. Let's pull some cards. And like I wanted to come here. I wanted to come to this live and be like, "Hey, I'm feeling great. Let's do a meditation together." But I'm not feeling great. I've been crying all day. Let's be honest, because I miss incredible connection. I miss that connection where I look at you and you look at me and we don't have to say anything and we just start laughing. That's what I miss. I miss that. And so I'm waiting. I'm like putting out my feelers, my open heart chakra feelings, and I'm looking for that. Mhm. I miss my mom, you know? And that's the thing, like my best friend and my mom were everything to me, everything to me. My mom passed away in 2020, and my best friend and I are no longer even friends anymore. We're not even that we're not that close anymore. We're not even friends anymore. So losing the two people in my life that had been my constants for so long, it's hard, especially when it comes to people who like crack me up the way that those two did. Like no one. So I'm just like, I'm I'm working through my shadow work so that when I get hit with these kinds of things like this, I don't melt into a pile of garbage, and because that's like how I feel. I just feel I feel like lost, and I know I'm not lost, but that's how I feel. And so I want to tether myself, and I want to tether myself to myself. I don't want to tether myself to another person. I want to tether myself to myself. I want to feel good no matter who I'm with. I'm ready for the ups. Yeah. Yeah, we don't approve. I'm saying, don't approve. And I do want to like appreciate, and I appreciate the time that you have with people that you have a super great connection with. Appreciate that time, knowing that you have what you needed from that, know that you were given as much as you could get from that, and recognize the fact that you will have those connections again, either with yourself, with people around you, or with someone else. And just recognize that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of love. I am worthy of love. You are worthy of friendship. I am worthy of friendship. No matter how weird we are, no matter how silly we are, no matter what kinds of things we're into, I'm using the Tarot of the Divine, which is one of my favorite decks for sure. Tarot of the Divine, so beautiful. We are worthy of friendship. We're worthy of silliness. We're worthy of giggles. We're worthy of just like, you know what I'm saying? We are all worthy to have the homie crew of our dreams, and we will. And we will. So let's see what's going on. Let's pull some cards for this end of the month. Let's pull an animal to work with for next month. Also, if you guys, everybody on here, it's a beautiful deck. Everybody on here, I do tarot pulls for my Instagram subscribers. We do them every week, and then we also do animal pulls and stuff like that, just to see where we're going and to see what kind of animal energy we need to step into for that week or for that month or for whatever. It's really fun, and I'm going to try to find a way to send those videos here for my channel members as well, because they're the same perks. Same perks. But yeah, I really want to do lives more, and I'm definitely going to do more lives here on YouTube and on Instagram. I always do lives on Instagram. If you guys prefer that I do them here, I'll do them here. If people feel like lives are better here, I'll do them here, because perhaps it's more fun for us. So if anyone has any questions that they want to ask here, and I will pull a card for them, we'll do that. For myself right now, I'm going to ask, what do we need to let go of from July that we've learned, or that we felt, or that that needed its time with us, that we can let go of now, because the month is over. We're not. Okay, thank you. Yeah. No, tell me to do them here. Tell me to do them here, I am so active on Instagram that I do everything there. But if you want me to do them
Should
here.
we get it?
Hi, sweetie. I don't have any cash. I would love to. Ask Daddy if he has some cash. And you can get ice cream from the ice cream man. Okay, so yeah, I will do lives here. First, we're going to see what we need to let go of, and then we're going to see what we're going to embrace. Okay, hold on a second. Let me grab this here. I wanted to put on some forest music on in the background, so that we have a little bit of a, yes. That might be too long. That might be too loud. I want it to be quiet but nice. It's better. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'll do lives on YouTube. Yep, we will be here. We will be here for each other. This is hilarious. Okay, so what do we need to let go of from July? What have we been learning about in July that we need to let go of? The Nine of Swords. What do we need to let go of? Sadness. We need to let go of sadness. Oh yeah, I love that song. It's a beautiful song. It's a great song. We need to let go of sadness. We need to let go of heartache. We need to let go of hardship. We need to let go of sadness that we've been clenching onto, that we've been like bound to. A lot of the time we kind of we like to wallow Excuse me. We like to wallow in our sadness sometimes. We like to stay in it. We like to feel fixed in it. And it's not good for us, it's unfair for us. We think that showing emotion or clinging to these negative emotions makes us feel alive sometimes. Hello, friend from Ireland. Yeah, if you're not finding... Hey, kaiju, no. My dog thinks that she's here alone and she can just steal stuff. We hold on to sadness and we hold on to feelings of depression because it makes us feel alive, and it makes us feel like we're doing something, and it makes us feel like we are being affected by something, and it makes us feel like we are like being put in a space where I am from the US, we're put in a space where we are safe. Sometimes we feel safe if we're sad. We feel safe enough to just wallow in that sadness and to onto that, but we don't need to. We can let go of it. We can let the sadness go, and we can brush it aside, and we can throw it out the window. We can let all of our tears out, all of our frustrations out, all of that, let it go, and then actually move on from it. Physically move on from it, emotionally move on from it, which can be really hard, really hard to move on from it. Kaiju. So I think that something that it's really important to understand is if you're finding comfort in your sadness, if you're finding like a place of stillness in your sadness, it's usually because you are accepting how you feel, and you're accepting that you've been affected by something in this negative way. Acceptance is really important, but it's also important not to stay rooted in that. It's important not to stay rooted in your sadness and to let yourself kind of like shake it off. So when you feel like you want to laugh and you feel like you want to get something to eat, don't go, oh, let me just sit in this a little bit longer. No, get up and move. Get up and change your atmosphere. Change what you're doing. Change everything about what's going on. Change your sheets on your bed. Change your comforter. Change the pillowcases. Change your atmosphere a bit and try to step out of it. Sometimes, when you're stuck in the tide, you can't swim to the waves. You gotta swim sideways along the shore. You have to take baby steps to get yourself out of it sometimes, That's true. It does help to be an observer of your emotions. It helps to write them down and to see them and say, okay, yes. It also helps to get to the bottom of your emotions and to recognize what it actually is that you are feeling. So one of the exercises that we're doing in the class that I'm taking is asking ourselves what we really want. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Get up and shake that booty. Your message was held for review, just in case. Yeah, it's really difficult to get yourself out of it sometimes. And like I said, sometimes you have to take baby steps. You have to walk along the side of the you have to swim along the shore until you get closer to it, and then you can step up out of the ocean. And it's hard. And it sucks. Something else that I think is really important that not everyone will agree with, but I think is really important to remember is that your hormones are so ready to make you feel extra sad too, and they're ready to make you feel extra upset, extra angry. Pay attention to what's going on with yourself hormonally as well while you're feeling that way, because sometimes for me, I do need to step out of my own body in my own space in order to recognize that it's not just me feeling bad. Sometimes I really need to take a shower and drink some water and make sure my health is okay and I'm taking care of myself health wise, and then recognize if the emotions are still tied to me, if they're tied to something else or it's someone else, or if it's tied to me physically, because a lot of the time it can be a physical thing that's keeping me in it. Yeah. What's going on? My family keeps coming in and out of the door. I'm trying to figure out. Is everything okay? What's going on? What? Why do you guys keep coming in and out? Ice cream. Oh, okay, for the ice cream. Okay. I wanted to make sure that you weren't like something weird wasn't happening. I'm live. Yeah, I just because Buell was here and then he wasn't, and you are. Well, no, I'm live right now. But I just wanted to make sure everything was okay because you guys just went in and out. So let's see. Okay. Anyway, yeah, art therapy helps me a lot. Art therapy helps me a lot too, like painting and drawing and just like doing a lot of physical things. Yeah, I think that doing art therapy really helps. I love that. But yes, Nine of Swords is what we need to release from July. So if you've been holding on to a ton of sadness and you've been holding on to a ton of grief because it comforts you or because it makes you feel safe or anything like that, get to the bottom of why you're doing that. Ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you really want to sit here and feel sad? No. What do you really want? Well, I want to feel happy. What do you really want? What is it that you really need in your life to be happy, you know? You stumbled on the wrong live chat? You said something great, didn't you? Dr. No? Oh, Stone Roses always helps me out of a dark place. No, please. If anyone has any kind of like helpful information, helpful songs, helpful tidbits, helpful words, share them in the chat. This is a community of people we're just talking about what we need to get out of our heads sometimes, you know? What we need to do to get out of our heads, what we need to do to get out of our sadness, it helps. It helps. And music always helps. Actually, someone sent me a song earlier that was really nice, and I will remember it and I'll write it somewhere so that we can that I can tell you. But it really helps. So yeah, let's try to release any sadness or any pain that we're having. Know that the sadness can't completely leave us, but know that we recognized it, we see it. Find out what you are drawing that in from. Find out what I love opera. Oh, I'm an open person. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, recognize the feelings, figure out what they're coming from, see what you can do to change that, and know that you have to take baby steps in getting yourself out of that place sometimes, you have to give yourself time to do that. But I'm definitely going to, for myself, releasing as much of sadness that I can, as much pain as I can, letting it go, letting it flow, and replacing it with something good. Another thing about the Nine of Swords is about fear, releasing fear. So we're releasing things that we don't need anymore. July is done. Releasing things that we've been holding on to from July, and one of those things is a fear. If you've been holding on to fear, if you've been letting fear get to you and letting it stop you from doing the things that you want to do, or things that you want to explore, or things that you love, or things that will put you in a better position, let that fear go. That's 100% me. I've been letting fear rule me, and it's really hard to stop doing it. But recognizing it and knowing that is the first step. So now that you know what you need to release, it's time to release it. What can we look forward to? What kind of things can we look forward to? Okay, well, you've got Three of Cups reversed, which is a little bit difficult. So something for us to look out for in this next coming month. And so there's going to be a lot of emotional turmoil as well. The heebie-jeebies. The heebie-jeebies. Yeah. I think that something really important for us to watch out for in August, I think is really good for everyone to watch out for in August, is side talk, aka gossip. Watch out for gossip. Watch out for yourself gossiping. Watch out for gossip that's around you. Let that stuff fly right past you. Don't listen to gossip. Don't be a party to gossip. If people are talking crap about somebody else that you know, that you don't know, whatever, don't be a party to it. Don't let it keep going. Don't keep yourself, a part of the conversation, but like not saying anything. If you are in the presence of gossip, shut it down or walk away. Don't adhere to it. Don't be cool with it. Don't be like, I'm not gonna say anything. Say, you know what? I don't think we should be talking about this right now. Let's move on. You know? Let's move on from this conversation because I don't want to talk about witchcraft. I mean, I don't want to talk about whatever it is. How do you get over the logistical progressive witchcraft? That's a really good one, Alex. Let's talk about that. Let's really talk about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with you, though. That is a really scary concept. That is a really scary idea. It does make the air thick. It makes the air thick and it makes it unbreathable. Stay away from it. Move away from it. This is something for us to be watching out for in August. So if you are party to some gossip, if you walk up to your friends and they're having a conversation about somebody and they're doing a little hush hush, so and so and so and so, turn around and walk away or say, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about this. Are we talking about Janice? Let's not, because that's not nice, you know? Just be the person that pops that balloon and says, actually, let's not do that. Let's move on from that, you know? It's really important. And that's something that does swirl around in my like circle, in my friend circle every once in a while. And I'm always a shut it down person. I'm always like, ooh, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about her. We're not going to talk about him. Let's talk about something nice instead. Or if you have something to say about Shauna, then you go ahead and talk to Shauna. But don't talk to us about it because we're not Shauna, you know? So be very, be very shut down when it comes to gossip, you know? The Knight of Cups for us. Look at this card. I love him. The Knight of Cups. So clearly we're working with a lot of emotions coming up in this next month. Yeah, that is 100% true, Florida girl. Pay attention to who is gossiping, and sad but true, if your friend gossips about somebody else to you, they gossip to somebody else about you as well. It's the truth, and it's sad. It sucks. It sucks because you don't want to hear that about your friend, right? You don't want to be like, oh no, she talks crap about so and so to me, but she doesn't talk about me. I guarantee you they do. And even if they say things that are just like, you know, they don't think it's harmful or anything like that. If someone gossips about someone else to you, they gossip about you to someone else. That's just how it is. And just try to stay away from it. Okay, what was I lost your question and now I'm trying to find it again. That is absolutely true, Raina. Gossip is the best way to lower your vibration. It's the best way to put you into a bad space. Okay, so now we're talking about religious guilt when it comes to witchcraft, and I can talk about that all day because that's something that I talk about with friends a lot. Hello, sugar cookie. It's really difficult because it is ingrained in us to shy away from witchcraft because of people's association with witchcraft in the Bible. And for yourself, I think it's really important to do a lot of research for yourself so that you recognize what that's about, because it's 100% fear-based. People being afraid of magic, witchcraft, other religions in general, other types of spirituality is totally fear-based, and it's something that, you know, you have a lot of access to knowledge about. So if someone is doing that, if someone's making you feel badly about being interested in witchcraft or studying it, number one, it's none of their business. Because if you're doing it for a spiritual reason, it's for you. Thank you. It's for you. It's not for them. You know, it's for your spiritual connection, and it's for something that you want to have a part of your life. So that doesn't have to do with anybody else but you. So you don't have to tell anyone about it. Number one. Number two, understand that it is fear-based. And that, I mean, I could go on about it forever, but something that's really important to know is that people who are, or people who were under the category of witch or practice witchcraft are most often than not healers, seers, and people who are just more in tune with nature and who follow the cycles of the stars and the planets, and that is what people are calling witchcraft. And they are putting it into this negative category because religion, a lot of the time, organized religion is there to put you into a control type of thing. And if you are uneducated about the things that you are interested in, all you have to do to change that outlook is educate yourself about it. The King James Version of the Bible says that thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, because King James was paranoid about witches, and because he believed that witches wanted to kill him and his family because he was stealing people's land. So if you don't know about that, I 100% say look it up and just educate yourself on that. And knowing that those things are what people are usually basing their fear of witchcraft off of, knowing that those things are hearsay and not really the truth, and that it is a very old legend created by a very old and dead man who was paranoid about his own bad behavior. Once you learn that, you'll kind of get an understanding that it's really not what people think it is. Yeah, and I talked to a lot of Christian witches about it, and they yeah, no, I agree with you, ex-maester. That's 100% what it is. Spirituality is a relationship with you and the divine. It's totally a completely clear passageway between you and the divine. It has nothing to do with anybody else. So you don't have to tell anybody about it or talk about it or receive any judgment about it from anybody. It's totally yours. It's totally yours. And again, do your research, understand that the knowledge to work with plants and animals, to be able to see and understand between realms, and to be able to have a respect and a relationship with nature is nothing that is bad, and that is 100% your decision and your lifestyle. Yeah. Oh, we're totally having tons of magical retreats. I've been planning tons of magical retreats with a lot of my friends, and also with a lot of other witches on YouTube. We've been talking about having witchcraft retreats. I think that'd be wonderful. Yeah, yes, Sherry, it is. A spell is a long and elaborate prayer. It 100% is. Prayer and spell work are so tied together. It's really just you recognizing the things that you need in your life and want in your life, and asking for them with a series of gestures, and having the confidence and the faith to know that it's going to happen for you. And that's it. That's it.
Is not real.
Oh no. Are you gonna make it real?
We'll make it real with Olive Garden. We can go tonight if we want.
Okay, I don't want to go tonight, and this is something that you have to ask Daddy about, okay? You can't just decide that you're just gonna go to Olive Garden all by yourself. You'll think that Olive Garden is just like a place that he can just go by himself. Yeah, we're going to definitely do some retreats. I've been talking to Chris from All My Ancestors. If you guys don't follow Marissa, you should totally, because she's great. So yeah, from All My Ancestors, we were talking about doing a retreat together. And there are lots of spiritual retreats that you can go on. There are a couple that I want to go to. They're like in Colorado, but I'm gonna have to wait till next year. But yeah, we definitely have them. Hosting retreats is something that I've been doing for a while, and I love doing it. I don't offer them on a really wide scale, but if you are interested, if anyone's interested in doing like a spiritual retreat, I think I can probably work up and organize one that would be really great to do like in December. Like a nice Yule retreat would be so fun. Yeah, Yule loves Olive Garden. He loves Olive Garden. He loves Red Lobster. He wants to go there all the time. It's great, yeah. And Florida has a really great spiritual community. I do really miss my spiritual community in Florida. It's amazing because Florida always has these really bad bad rap. It's always bad rap in Florida, especially like right now. There are so many different like news news pop-ups about Florida, but I had a really great community in Florida. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was beautiful. So yeah, we're moving into a space of a lot of emotion, and we're moving into a month where there's going to be a lot of emotional tests for all of us. Excuse me. August is also one of those months where we are coming into the thinning of the veil again in a very different way. So it's really important for us to be protected and to be open, and to make sure that we are very clear with the messages that we want to receive and the messages that we are allowing to get through. Make sure you're putting on your filters and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with things that are going to nourish you for the next month, because we're going to be going through a lot of emotional change. Again, Ace of Cups, baby. Ace of Cups. So if you have been, like me, going through a lot of emotional turmoil, that is going to come to an end next month, which I'm super hyped about. I'm super hyped about that. Tired of crying. I would love to do one in the mountains. I would also love to do one in Georgia, either Georgia or Virginia, because I went to a retreat in Virginia in March, and it was stunning. It was so pretty. So Virginia definitely is like, I'm looking at Virginia for a spiritual retreat, because it'll be so much fun. It'll be on the East Coast, of course, first, because I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Delaware. I have a lovely, yeah. And my mentor, the high priestess that married my husband and I, she was super heavy into Catholicism, and used a lot of Catholic statues and a lot of Catholic traditions in her witchcraft. Well, Susan, your parents were so great, because that is absolutely how I feel as well. And I agree with you, and I agree with your parents that organized religion is 100% man-made. It's totally man-made. A lot of the belief systems that we have are like that. So yeah, Virginia would be great. I think Virginia would be awesome. I never, when I was younger, when I was in my Christian witch era, which I did go through a Christian witch era when I was a teenager, I did try working with saints, and I had such a disconnect. I don't connect with people with humans as much as I do with nature spirits. Yeah, I think a retreat would be amazing. I think a retreat would be awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna put that into the works and see when we can do that. That would be great. I saw a question I wanted to ask. I wanted to pull a card for it. Yeah, we're heading into that beautiful space of emotional stability and of letting go of any kind of weird roller coastery stuff that we've been going through. So mastering our emotions is going to be happening next month, which I'm really happy about. I'm really happy for that feeling of confidence and knowing that no matter what happens, I know that I will be emotionally sound and I'll be okay. That's important to me. Do you have any advice for doing a reading and you just can't make sense out of the cards that you pulled? Yeah. Put the cards away. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading and I ask a question for someone and the answer is not obvious, instead of thinking about what the cards mean or what the definition is behind what the symbolism is, say, let's pull our last card and do it. Ooh, it is the Devil card reversed. Look at that. So when we pull a card like this, the first thing I think of is to not give into temptation and to not give into those habits and things that take you back a step instead of forward a step. Don't give into anything that makes you feel upset. That you're gonna feel upset for doing later. You know what I mean? Don't give in to temptations that are going to give you that consequence of sadness, of anger, or of self-deprecation. If there's something that you know is going to make you feel bad later, don't do it. Okay? If there's something that you're like, oh, it's gonna be so fun, but then later I'm gonna be mad at myself because I'll be broke, or my body will be in pain, or I just will regret having done that, or I know I shouldn't do this because this is something I told myself I wasn't going to do anymore. Don't freaking do it. Don't give in to temptation. Don't do it. Move forward. Stick to your guns, and don't don't fall back on any habits. But say I'm someone who asked a question, like a completely different question. I pulled the death card, and I'm like, what does this have to do with my question and all? Okay, so death is, or the devil card. The devil card. If you pull the devil card, what does this have to do with my situation at all? And you look at it, and you look at the symbolism on that card. Look at the symbolism on each card separately. I don't treat any of my tarot decks the same, because they're not the same. The art on your deck is going to be different. They'll have very similar representations because of the meaning of the card, but there's always going to be different imagery. So this is the devil card in this deck, and it looks completely different than devil card in any other deck. So look at this imagery and see what you can pull from this imagery. Don't even look at what it is. Look at the card and say, a flaming snake. What does that mean to me? Okay? What does that mean to you? Does the snake mean temptation to you? Because it probably means temptation to a lot of people because of the Bible, which is all ingrained in our beings as a human being on earth. That's just what happens. But when you think of what symbolism that has to do with you. So for me, for snakes, I love snakes. I think snakes are really interesting, but I also have that weird Jean Belcher thing where it's like, where are their arms and legs? Why don't they have arms and legs? Seeing a snake slither sometimes gives me the heebie-jeebies, even though I love snakes. Like, they're super dope. Seeing a flaming snake, to me, gives me the idea of passion and of power, because fire is, to me, is a passionate sort of thing. So I'm thinking, okay, passion, snakes. I'm thinking like mischief. I'm thinking of doing something exciting. I'm thinking of doing something, yes, I was going to say, I'm thinking of doing something that's going to bring me vitality. I'm thinking of something that's going to bring me health, because fire is also about passion. It's about vitality. It's about being alive, and it's about confidence. So that's what I'm thinking about when I get this card. So instead of thinking about the devil and what the devil means to you, think about what this imagery on the card means to you, or what the imagery has to do with what the question is that you're asking. And this is what's going to give you your answer. So don't always think about the definition of the card. Think about what the symbolism means to you, and think about what the imagery means to you. Think about what even the colors mean to you, the numbers, anything in the background. And behind here for me is a forest, a burning forest. This forest is your trees, and there's a snake coming through the trees, and the snake is like, look at me, pay attention to me, don't pay attention to the forest that's on fire. So it's also distraction, right? You're looking at this as a distraction. So just pay so much attention to the art on your cards and what that art is telling you. Don't always pay attention to the meaning of the card. So it's nice to have everything down pat, but it's also really good to use your intuition, because like with anything magical or divining wise, your intuition is what's going to tell you what the answer is, not the card. The card is not going to say yes or no to you. Your intuition is saying yes or no to you. So trust yourself more than you trust the cards. 100%. 100%. I am excited about llamas. I'm excited about it because it's my bread day. That's my eating all the bread day, is that's how I celebrate the coming of harvest season, is by being like, okay, time to go to the Amish market and get all the delicious things. Time to get jams and spreads and everything, because that's what I want. My friend Danielle is also in the chat, so if you have any questions that you want answered, Danielle is 100% really equipped to answer any of the questions as well if I'm missing someone. Absolutely, yeah, I love this deck. And if you just joined and you don't know what the deck is, it's Tarot of the Divine. I'm going to show you the box again, and I'm also going to turn some lights on. Tarot of the Divine. Beautiful, beautiful deck by Yoshi Yoshitani, one of my favorite artists. If you don't follow Yoshi Yoshitani on Instagram, they are wonderful. Their art is mostly gay, like lesbian fairies making out, which is like all I ever want to see. So it's like my favorite thing. So I think that we had a lot of really interesting things from this little poll here. we talked a lot about things that made us feel insignificant or insecure for a long time, and how to release that. And I think that's a really, really big thing for us to all release for July. So today is a really nice day. It's the end of the week. It's a Sunday. It's a really nice day to think about what things what ideas people have planted in our mind, what seeds people have planted in our mind that we've let grow. So not anything that's like positive, because we want to keep all of our positive growth. But anything that's negative that we've been letting grow in our head, we should really try to release for the end of this month. And so that is something that you can do with journaling, something that you can do by saying it out loud. You can look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, don't believe that," allow it to be transmuted into something beautiful in your head, because you don't. Another moderator just handled this. What moderator? Is someone modding for me right now? I've never had a moderator before. Should I get a moderator? Who wants to be a moderator? What does that mean? Oh, I laughed. Now all my animals are gonna freak out. Anyway, I'm going to. I know. I'm such a journal person. I love journaling. Hush, babies. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, Kaiju and Pippin. Shh. It's okay. Kaiju. Hush. It's okay. I just laughed, and they all were like, yeah, I know, but I don't know who. It just told me that a mod did something, and I don't know who the mod is. I didn't assign any mods. If anyone wants to be a mod for my lives, please DM me on Instagram. I would love to have some great mods. Okay, so I'm going to do a 3-card pull for our August general and see what kind of things we are feeling for August. And then I'm also going to pull a Woodland Warriors card, a Woodland Wardens card for us. I've been neglecting my animal guide duties lately, and I think I need to get back to that. It's been really, really difficult because it's been so hot outside, and I do most of my communing in nature, but yeah. Yes. Lesbian, gay, and allies for the win. Heck yeah. Shout out to all my pan romantic lesbians out there. Okay. So this is a big call out for us to stop it. Okay, this is a big call out for us to stop it. We have been I'm saying we because I'm talking about the people who are going to who know what I'm talking about, because they've been doing it at the same time. High Priestess Reversed, we've been forgetting our power. We've been forgetting who we are. We've been allowing ourselves to drop our magic and to drop our power and to just be complacent, and we've been kind of like struggling and trying to survive. We've been like grinding through, like pushing through, trying to get to the top of the mountain. We've been trying to just like get there, trying to get over it, trying to get through the day, trying to get through this traffic, trying to get through this week, trying to get through this blah, 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 blah. And we need to stop trying to get through it and just be on top and get through it. We need to just be over it, above it, beyond it. Every experience that we have is not like a setback. It's not like a drawback. It's not a bump in the road. It's just something that's happening. Every magical message that comes through because we saw a turtle or because of it's not always some kind of a magical experience. Sometimes you just get stuck in traffic. Sometimes you just, you drop your ice cream on your skirt. Sometimes someone bumps you with their cart and spills so and so. Things happen that are outside of our control, but we can't let that allow us to let our magic seep out of us like we're some sort of deflated balloon. You know, we're not. You're not a deflated balloon. You're a whole person. You're a whole magical being, no matter what's going on, no matter who decided they didn't want to be your friend anymore, no matter who decided you didn't need that job, no matter who decided to butt in front of you in line, you're still an incredible person. You're still an incredible creator, and there's still so many things that you can do. You are a creator. I'm a creator. We are all creators. Did you make food today? You're a creator. Did you make up a song today? You're a creator. Did you plant some plants and then water them and watch them grow? You're a creator. We are all creators. That's what we do. That's what we're here to do, to create beauty and art and love. So, the next time something makes you feel badly about yourself or about what you've created, or next time something makes you feel like you've been put back into a space where you didn't want to be before, say, no, thank you. I recognize that I feel badly about this, but it is not who I am. I am powerful and amazing, and I can get past it, and I will get past it, and I am past it. Don't forget about your power. Don't forget about who you are. Don't forget about what your purpose is. Yeah, I think it's really, really important. There is my friend Cleo. There is my friend Cleo. It's really important, I think, to think about your purpose. People are always like, oh, my purpose. What is my purpose? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Okay. I'm gonna rephrase it a little bit. I'm gonna get into it a little bit. Okay, let's get into it now. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you guys for talking to me. Sometimes I think I need to just go live to talk out loud and to feel better about myself. And a lot of times when I'm pulling cards for other people, I'm pulling them for us, because Mama Mint goes through all the same crap that you go through, believe me. And when I'm going through that crap, that's usually when I'm away from YouTube. But we are all capable of doing incredible things, amazing things. And we know that because we see each other doing those incredible, amazing things every day, right? And we go, wow, they did that. Amazing. That's so cool. Wow, you do it too. You know, you do amazing things too, all the time. We can always create amazing things. We just have to believe in ourselves enough to do it and to get it done. And then we have to sit in gratitude that we did it. Don't just be grateful to the universe, and don't just be grateful to God and to food. Be grateful for yourself, because you've built up who you are from this point, from the point when you recognize that you could do things for yourself. You've been doing things for yourself. You've been building things. You've been going to class, you've been going to school, you've been going to work, you've been learning, you've been making friends, you've been bonding with people, you've been creating a beautiful life for yourself. So don't forget that power that you have. You can create whatever you want. You can create a sanctuary, or you can create your own hell. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can create your own heaven, or you can create your own hell. What do you want to live in? Where do you want to be? You know? Thank you. Sanctuary, dude. My house is such a sanctuary, but it needs to be cleaned. Can I have a team of adorable elves come and help me clean my house? That would be the best. That would change everything. But yeah, it's important. It's important that we remember our power. And there are so many little ways to recognize that you have power. There are hundreds of ways to recognize that you have power, and I feel like there's things that we forget, because when you say power, we think magic. You know, we hear magic and we think wands, we think sparkles, and we think explosions and candles, and we think cauldrons, and we think mudras. We think all kinds of things, but we forget how magical and how effective we are just by speaking, just by talking, just by lending someone your voice or your ear or laughter. And I want to tell you right now, if anyone makes me laugh and makes me crack up, that is the number one most incredible gift that they can give me. That is the most incredible bit of magic that you can give to me, is the magic of laughter, the power of laughter, you know? it's my favorite gift to receive. So think about the small ways that you can affect someone magically, and recognize that your words and your comfort and your silliness, your thoughts, even you just like thinking of someone else, leaving them a little note or giving them a little smooch on the forehead, all of those things are your personal magic, and you are lending that to someone else. You are putting a spell on someone by telling them how much you love them, how much you care for them, how much they are worth to you. You are putting a spell on someone, and that spell is the feeling of love and acceptance, and that spell is the feeling of community and connection. If you're telling someone, I love you, that is a magic right there. That is a magic right there. I love you. You are loved because I love you. And I'm giving you this incredible thing called love, because that means that I will trust you and you can trust me, and I'm safe with you and you are safe with me, and that is a huge bit of magic. So if you're thinking of your power as some like orange light orb that comes from your hands, sure it can be, but what is that orange light orb representing for you? What are you giving that to? If I'm thinking of my personal power, it's always like a pink and green and blue mixture of whatever I'm giving out. If I'm putting out love for you, it's going to be pink and green. If I'm putting out healing for you, it's going to be like green and blue. But it's going to be something that I'm doing physically and openly and in this plane. Me healing you is not just me lighting a candle and saying, I hope that you're healed. It's me asking you what you need and then giving it to you. It's you giving someone else your power, asking them what they need, and then you giving it to them. You need space. I have it within my power to give it to you, so I will give you space. You need some juice. I have it within my power to give it to you, so I will give you juice. You need a hug. I have it within my power to give you a hug, so that's what I'm going to give to you. We are so powerful, and we don't even recognize it, because we've been so used to accepting the mundane. We're so used to accepting the mundane. Think about being at work and your boss says something nasty to you and hurt your feelings. That was a spell. He just put a spell on you, and the effect of that spell was you being hurt. You can deflect that spell by saying, I don't think so, because I know I'm doing a good job. I know that this work is correct, and you have a problem. Put that spell right back on him. Thwart that spell and give it right back to him. I'm sorry. Are you having a bad day? Because your bad day is not going to put a spell on me, because I'm having a great day. So, take it back, We have so much power, and we're always exerting that power. So think about how you're exerting it. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, my friends. Look at that. Oof. That is hard. Man. I really think that pulling these cards here is giving me the biggest reminder that a lot of the things that we are discouraged by, a lot of the things that make us feel badly, and that make us get into these states of like questioning our own self-worth, a lot of those things are self-inflicted. We will inflict our own wounds. We'll cut ourselves and then cry because we're bleeding and go, ow, I'm hurt. Did you hurt yourself? Yeah, you hurt. We have to stop hurting ourselves and then being surprised when we need a Band-Aid. We have to stop doing things to ourselves and then being like, wow, now I don't have this. Like, yeah, because you gave it up. Because instead of thinking about what was best for you, you did what you wanted to do real quick. Instant gratification is not always going to be the best for us, Putting on a mask and a costume and going to the ball and neglecting all of the things that we have to do back at home, you're going to get an hour of fun, and you're going to come home and still have all the same stuff to take care of. All the same stuff that you have to take care of. So escaping your problems is wonderful, fun, but you can't escape something that is just always going to be there waiting for you to take care of it. You have to take care of those things. You have to get them done. You have to clean up your mess. You have to do your shadow work. You have to clean your house. You have to take care of your child. You got to take care of your car. You got to take care of all those crappy little blips. And then you can bask in the glory that is whatever else comes to you afterwards. There's something so important and special and amazing about finishing tasks and then celebrating when the tasks are done. It's a completely different feeling than starting tasks and then being like, ugh, I need a break, and then taking a break. That break doesn't feel very good. It's a break, but it doesn't feel too good. You still have all that shit to do. So take care of all that crap. Wash away all the mess that you've created. Own that you've created it. Wash it up. Clean it up. Own that you've cleaned it. Own that you've come this far and that you're not going to go back there again. And then actually celebrate the fact that you've finished with something. It's done. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to do it tomorrow. I don't have to clean it up. It's done. And now I can truly celebrate. So if you are doing the thing that I do and celebrating, your 5 minutes of work you did, be realistic with yourself. Get things done. Celebrate when it's done. It'll be so much more satisfying when it's actually done. And the last one. Such a beautiful card. 7 of Coins. 7 of Coins, my friend. This is one of those cards that really speaks to igniting something within yourself. Every little bit does count. Of course, every little bit counts. And this is something that I do all the time, and someone here does it too. I know it, and they feel it on a personal level. We are very used to celebrating, and I do it. We're very used to celebrating tiny little victories because it is a step. A step is a step is a step in the right direction. 100% yes. If you are always celebrating each little step every time you decide to start anything new, you celebrate each little step. You're celebrating all of these little tiny things, and it's taking you that much longer to get to the big celebration. And you're exerting all of your little, happiness juices on these tiny little things when you can save them all up for this giant big thing. There are some of us that celebrate all of our small victories, but never get a chance to celebrate the big ones because we don't get there. And some of us need to get there to the big one. I've been celebrating so many small victories for so long that I'm now at a point where I don't have any small ones to celebrate anymore. My victories have to be big because my goals are bigger. So if your goals are still tiny and you're celebrating all those tiny goals, great. But if you've been celebrating tiny goals for 10 years, it's time to start making bigger goals, and it's time to start celebrating bigger accomplishments. I've never cupped a fart and deeply inhaled it for good luck. No, I can't even imagine cupping a fart, dog. Do you really? Is that honestly, thank you for saying that. No, I've never cupped no, I've cupped a fart for sure. I've never smelled it. I've cupped a fart to throw at someone else in the past, sure. But yeah, no. Level up. Time to grow. Exactly. So, and that's not level 1. That's not level 1. Level 1 is celebrating small victories. Celebrate every step until you recognize the fact that you can get things done and that you are happy with the fact that you are able to complete tasks. Then you make them a little bit bigger. Then you make them a little bit bigger, and you keep making them bigger until you are setting large goals and completing large goals, and you're like, holy crap, you're up there. So you're definitely going through stages with that kind of thing. I went through my tiny step stage, I went through my medium step stage, and now it's time for me to hit my big step stage. Who was it standing behind me? Tell me. I do not see ghosts. I do not. That's true. Believing that you're capable enough to invest in big victories is half the battle sometimes. I think that that's where you have to recognize that you're either at you're at attacking big goals, or you're right before that. Maybe you need a little bit of space. I wish John Cena was behind me. John Cena. I love John Cena. Behind me is Howell and Sophie, Chihiro, me. We've got Venus over here. There she is. That's it. Yeah. I don't have. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see a ghost though. That's another one of my things. Like I really want to do haunted tour videos, and I've started visiting haunted areas, but I have not had a haunted experience. I know. I'm always like, where are the ghosts? Talk to me, ghosts. Talk to me, spirits. Nature spirits all day. Ghosts, don't want to talk to me. Who are you? People are just there is okay. Whoever this person is, this is why you need mods, because some of this Pugonomics is saying all kinds of hilarious things that I'm finding hilarious, but people probably wouldn't find it. People probably wouldn't find it hilarious. Hello. Hello, ghosts. I wish. But yeah. This is a nice card to pull, because it definitely gives us that sense that doing a very fair amount of work on yourself and completing that work, making recognitions, seeing that there are things that you have worked on and that you've actually worked through is wonderful. And then getting to a point where you're now in your passion stage, where you can attack something head on, where all of your other small tasks, again, this is all talking about the same thing, all of your other small tasks that you've had kind of like laying around that you've been waiting to get done, once you've done all of those things, there's a big opportunity, a big experience that is waiting, that is going to be like ripe for the taking in August. Ripe for the taking. Are you going to be ready for it? Look, if people are in the tri-state area, we will have a meetup and we will hang out. Let's do it. Where do you want to go? I know the moon is gorgeous tonight. We got a little bit of time until we get a nice little full moon situation. But there's a culmination happening in August, a big culmination. And so if you are ready to start a really big new project and you've been waiting, you're trying to like wait until this Venus situation is chill because you don't want to put any weird energy on it, we're in the planning stages right now. We're in the planning stages. So if there's something that you're excited about, that you're ready to start like diving into, get into your planning stages right now. Start the planning stages in August. I'm pretty sure that at the end of the month, we're going to have a nice energy culmination where you can start something beautiful. And it'll be great. We're ready, We're very ready. Oh, that's sweet. I feel like we're all ready, So let's get with it. We're all ready for that. Yeah, exactly. We're all ready for that ferocious energy. The lion has been playing around with me for a little while, like tapping in and out of my field. And I'm like, okay, lion, are we going to work together or what? Because I need you, bruh. Like, I'm an air fairy all day. I can earth it up all day. But when it comes to fire, I'm just like, I feel like someone douses me with water all the time. That's my issue. I build up my inferno, and then I get doused by one sad thing happening, and then I cry for 6 days. And so I have to build up my inferno and then let the flames rage for a while so that no one else can get to me. You know? Yeah, I want to plan. I want to plan a meetup, and I want to plan a retreat. But a meetup will be really fun. Oh my gosh, yeah, there are a bunch of people jumping on that are weird and are saying weird stuff. Ew. This is that thing, man. If anyone asks to see any of my body parts, you better send me $100. If you're gonna ask to see my feet, then you better send me money. No, you're not silly, you're childish. Dude, people want to make you feel so silly for being happy. If something makes you happy and it's not hurting anyone, who cares? Enjoy yourself, dude. Enjoy your life, dude. Seriously. Who cares? If someone is trying to make you feel you look thin, I'll give you $10. Okay? Give me $10. Go ahead. I don't know how to twerk, bro. I've tried. It doesn't work. You know who taught me how to twerk? I know it's the best. Queen Estrella. Does anyone follow Queen Estrella on TikTok or on Instagram? She's great. We were at a sleepover, and she's like twerking, and she's like, "Let me show you how to do it." And I was like, "Come on, show me how to do it, girl." I was like, "Go ahead," and she did. She's good. She's good at twerking. Ew. What are you doing? Give me 360, baby girl. Yeah, give me 360, baby girl. PayPal.me/Mintfaery. Give me $360 and I'll spin around for you. Oh, humans. Okay. Now, we talked about 3 different things here. So for those of us who are like needing a boost for self-worth, needing a self-love boost. Do I look serious to you, my dude? For those who need the self-love boost. Woo! Ladybug. The ladybug. The ladybug and the sweet pea. Happiness. Happiness. Work on your personal happiness. Ladybug is a wonderful and adorable little solitary bug that spends their time basking solo a lot of the time. So if you can find happiness within yourself and build that up in yourself and find the things that make you feel joyous and loved, then that's what you need to work on. The ladybug for my self-love people and my self-worth people. Okay? For my trying to find our kindred spirits people. I love being solo. Yeah, that's great. We're trying to find our kindred spirit people. You've got the trout and lily of the valley, which is hilarious because lily of the valley is my birth flower, and the trout, rainbow trout, is something that comes up for me a lot. Purification is what it is here. Now, the trout for me has a lot of that beauty and strength energy that has to do with you building up that idea that you personally are something incredible and beautiful on your own, and that your beauty and your magic is only enhanced by being with other people, never taken away by being with other people. So you're searching for people or searching for a group where you're going to feel comfortable with them, where they're going to feel comfortable with you, where you have mutual respect, love, and just like that beautiful kind of connection that you want. We are working with trout energy, and we're working with lily of the valley. Beautiful and magical alone, but enhanced when you're together. And last but not least, for my passion babies, for my let's move into our next era, for my I'm done. No, it's not a wig. Nadia, shame on you. I like your wig. I don't wear wigs. I wish I could. I wish my hair would. I have tons of wigs that my hair does not fit under, and I wish it would. It doesn't. So whenever I wear wigs, I roll my dreadlocks like to the back like this, and then the wig is in the front, but you can still see all my dreadlocks in the back. I only wear them for photo shoots. But anyway, for my passion people, for those of us that are excited to work on new projects, but maybe have a little bit of fear surrounding working on new projects, for those of us that need to move forward a little bit with what we're doing, and need a power boost under our butt. I like your wig too, Nadia. It's beautiful. We are working with The Weasel and the Pine. Introspection. This is one of those what do you really want cards. What do you really want? You know, what do you really want from your life? The weasel, curious, nimble, excitable. That's very interesting to pull when it comes to ours. But I think the weasel is also very, very astute and very well rounded, I would say. Definitely one of those kinds of animals that like does and tries everything, tries a great deal of things, and allows himself to mess up and to fall and to make mistakes and to try to jump far but don't make it and fall on the ground. You know, it happens all the time. So the weasel and the pine are both pillars of curiosity as well as strength. So it's about having that dual balance, being able to affect the things that you want to affect, and being able to not cover up, but take care of the things that you want to take care of. So balancing work with pleasure, doing things that you want to do, doing things that you have to do, but somehow mixing them in a way that makes it enjoyable for you and that makes it lucrative for you. So if there's something that you want to start, there's a project you're trying to start, and you're like, I'm so scared to do it, I'm nervous to do it, no. Use that power of curiosity and figure out as much as you can about the project that you want to do. Do your research, do your finding out, set your schedule, and apply those things to your life in a way that's going to be easy for you, in a way that's going to be able to like be integrated in for you. Keep your curiosity around you. Don't ever feel stagnant. Don't feel stuck when you're starting a new project. Don't allow yourself to feel trapped in what you're doing. Keep your creativity open, for sure. It's a really important thing. So those are for my passion people. Those are for us. I'm going to pull one more for my prosperity people. Yeah, hey! Fairies love twerking. Fairies are notorious hoes. Everyone knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that fairies are notorious hoes. Yeah, because everyone when I tap them, I can't do that sometimes. Ah, there we go. I did it. Yeah. Hi, Princess Katie. Zazaz. I love that. What does it say? It says Zazaz, and that's how I'm gonna say it now. And it's probably Zazaz or something sweet, and I'm saying it like a maniac. But anyway, I'm pulling one more card for my prosperity babies, for my babies that are like, hello. I've been working really hard, and I am ready to stop doing work for free. I'm ready to go ahead and receive my prosperity. The animal that we are working with, the mouse and the buttercup. Innocence. That's a really beautiful card to pull, the mouse and the buttercup. The mouse is an incredibly hardworking animal. Okay. And that's something that we are pretty, I feel like it's pretty ingrained in us to be hardworking and to do things in a way that deplete us, you know. And I think that that's not necessarily a good thing. I think that we definitely tend to work ourselves to the bone. We work ourselves to death, you know. And I think that we should probably allow ourselves more time for play and rest, number one. But number two, I think that there is something really beautiful about working hard. Like I said, again, this is the hugest theme within this whole thing. Getting those things done, allowing yourself to rest, and then knowing, having faith that things are going to be wonderful and things are going to happen no matter what. Zaza. Zaza. Ending with the ton of Z's. But yeah, mouse is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful representation of a a builder of a home and a builder of something that is very, yes, diligent and focused. A builder of something that is safe and comforting for you. And I think buttercups also have a really good tie-in with faith, and the mouse also has a really good tie-in with faith, knowing that the work that you've done is going to pay off and it's going to create for you a home. It's a really perfect thing. So do your best. If you always do your best, you know that you've done everything that you can in every situation. And once you've done your best, and you know you've done your best, and you can rest knowing that you've done that, you can be faithful and sure that your rewards will come to you. Thank you. I'm my dream, my life dream always has been to be a voice actor. I want to voice characters so badly. I want to voice cartoons. I love cartoons. Yeah, true. Mice are very agile. So you can take from these cards whatever you want, you know, whatever you want. But also recognize that your personal message is in here as well. Your personal message is always in there. So think about it. Dude, you must be bored. I did. They have more than one account. I think they have more than one account because I blocked them already, and then I blocked them again. And see, that says number 2. They have several accounts. They just keep popping up. I'm deleting them. Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to them though. They're not here for you. They're here to be weird, and we're just talking. No big deal. You know? Yeah, they have several pages. No big deal. This is the thing about going live. But I am going to come off of live now because it's nice and dark outside. I like to take my dog for a little walk. I like taking her for a walk when it gets to twilight because she's a big dog. I use my big dog privilege and walk around with my dog outside and feel the breeze. It's a beautiful evening. I hope that all of you enjoy this live. I will see you live again. I think I might end up doing Sunday lives a little bit later just because I do have a lot of events that I do on Sunday and I might end up having to do it later, but I would like to do this every week. I like to do lives every week. So if you have a time that you prefer for me to be live, let me know. I would love to do live meditation, but I do fear that maybe we might not be able to do that in my house. If I do live meditation, I would love to do it outside in the woods. So I'll try it. I'll try it and see where we can get to, you know, for next time. But I hope you all have a beautiful week. Think about these animals. Think about what you learned today. I'm going to think about it for sure. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be writing down. And I will see you all this week. I've been writing little messages on eucalyptus leaves and leaving them around town. I'm going to be doing that this week. It says you are a magical being. Love yourself. Love yourself. And have a great evening.